Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. If you guys are new to us on the Amazon platform, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button so you can stay connected with all of our programming we have here 6 days a week here on Amazon. You'll see it either here in this corner or down below. You also see some of the books from our next guest. We're excited to welcome a group of women who are on tour right now. I think having a little bit too much fun in Texas as they're part of the Black Women Bozz'd Up tour. We're going to be talking to them today, not only about the experience, but also what it's been like for them to entertain, to inspire, and also to let people know what's possible. We're excited to welcome back to our program today, Chanelle Coleman Wesley. She is also a great group of ladies that's joining us today. We're going to let them introduce themselves, talk a little bit about the tour, but also the work they have here on Amazon as well. Now, right now, we have Chanelle's book, She Said Yes to Herself Unapologetically. We have it highlighted in the carousel. She also has the Empower Her guide as well. But Chanelle, we're going to kick things off with you. Welcome back to the broadcast.
Cyrus, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for extending the opportunity for us to be on the platform. We're just truly excited. I'm just excited to be in the space. The ladies, we definitely are having too much fun in Texas because down here they like to do it big.
Well, look, you're doing great, and you're joined there. We should let our audience know there with Kate Thurman. Also, we have here joining us, we have Ari Wells with us as well. You all see there. We also have Anita Newson joining us too, and then we have America's Super Mom there as well with us too. So, Chanelle, let's first of all kick off about how this all came together. How did the Black Women Bozz'd Up tour? How did it come about?
You know what, Cyrus? It really happened organically. We all got together off of, LaChelle, Kate, and Anita and myself. We all were in the She Said Yes to Herself, Empower Her guide. LaChelle did some coaching for us on the backside, just coaching the coaches. And then so she has an amazing platform with Zandra TV Network, her own TV network, which is Keep It Real TV. It expounded. She extended the opportunity for us to join. We did. She actually connected Ari Wells and myself, which we're in the same city, not even 15, 20 minutes from each other. And it took someone from Georgia to be able to connect us. So it's just been an amazing ride. LaChelle had an amazing opportunity last night at the red carpet event for her third season in Keep It Real TV. And so it was just amazing. We were able to connect on that point. And we were like, okay, let's go down there. Let's go down there big. We talked about the ideals, the things that we stand in common, the fact that we're women of faith, the fact that we're women of integrity, the fact that we want to see women exercise faith over fear, overcome limiting mindsets and beliefs. And we wanted to just to go ahead and do it scared. So as those ideas kind of formed, and we're like, okay, how are we feeling about this? You know, we're Black women, you know, because we're just not during February, but we're Black 365 days a year. But, you know, we want women to boss up and we want them to be able to live their empowered lives.
Love that. We're going to get the ladies involved here. I want to say hello to, I think it's pronounced Trivia. Trivia, hello to you. Trivia Payne says hello to everyone. Manswell's also on Facebook. I should mention, because I didn't say this, we are simulcasting this. So yes, we are primarily on the Amazon platform, and I appreciate you guys over there. Appreciate the hearts over there on Amazon. But we are simulcasting it on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter as well. So we do welcome all of you as well. Manswell, appreciate you being on with us. So Kate, we have you front and center there with Chanelle. Talk to us about this experience in Texas. What has it been like?
Cyrus, thank you for having me. And
Sure.
This experience has been awesome. Being able to empower women, being able to let women know that you too can boss up, and encouraging them to be bosses like we are, because we are all bosses, has been overwhelmingly and powerful. I am super, super excited about what we have in store and what God is doing for us.
Love that. Love that. We're going to bring into the conversation America's Super Mom. Glad to have her back on with us. So I want to ask you, what has it been like for you to not only be a part of the Black Women Bozz'd Up tour, but also to be around all this energy too?
You know, Cyrus, first, thanks again for having me back. I'm glad I might have been something right. He had me back. But I would say I'm inspired. These women are phenomenal. They have really just done such great leadership in terms of showing what it's like to collaborate, from hosting to helping with the marketing to just helping other people feel inspired and just not being afraid to say yes, even though we don't know how. I'm amazed, and I just think that this is only the beginning. I'm thinking, man, what would happen if we were here for a week or somewhere else? So I'm excited for what's in store for 2024.
Love that. Thank you for that. We'll come back to you here in a bit. Ari, hello to you. Good to be able to see you. Glad to have you on with us. So, Ari, I want to ask you a similar question. What has it been like for you to be around the ladies and to feel the energy and the love?
It's been amazing, and good morning, Cyrus. It's so nice to meet you, and thank you for having myself and having our slaves on the show. I totally appreciate this morning. It's been amazing. I think linking up with all of them, I met them through LaChelle. Like Chanelle said, we were living in the same city and had no idea. So it has been awesome to be able to connect, to empower women. We came down here to support LaChelle with Keep It Real TV. And then we were like, how can we make some impact in Dallas while we're here too?
Yeah.
At the same time, it's Black History Month. It's not that we are not inclusive of all women, but we are representing our experience. And so it's been amazing to be able to do that with my sisters. So I'm just so appreciative and grateful.
Love that. You said something really powerful there, Ari, about making an impact. I'm going to actually make that one of my questions here in a bit. So we're going to come back to you. Thank you for that as well. Anita, good to be able to see you again. I want to ask you, want you to give us the PG version. What has it been like for you there in Texas?
No, they didn't. You give me a disclaimer.
What has it been like for you there in Texas that you can tell us now? And to be around all the energy there with the ladies.
First of all, thank you, Cyrus. Even thank you for the disclaimer. But
Sure.
thank you so much for having us. And it's just awesome always to be in your space. We appreciate it. Look, this has been an amazing experience. We have met some phenomenal women, some people that are in media that are doing some great things. Zandra TV Network. Look, she is widening the road for entrepreneurs like us to be able to have a footprint in media. And so it has been amazing. I am loving the experience of just touching the lives of women, pulling them up from where they are, for where we've been. And now we can pull our sisters up from that. So it is awesome. It is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to stay with you, Anita, as we go back around, because I think you bring up a really good point. I was not familiar with Zandra TV before this trip you guys took. So you guys are introducing them to a brand new audience, myself included. I've now connected with Zandra there here on Facebook, where you guys are watching us there. What has that been like for you to see the impact that women are making in media? Because I think this is an important thing. A lot of times it's not something that is talked about enough. I think there have been more conversations now about the role of women in media, the impact of women in media. But what has that been like for you to see it and to support that, Anita?
To be in the space, I'm telling you, the energy, the vibe, the positivity, and being kingdom builders. We are kingdom builders. We don't see ourselves as just, women empowering women, but we are building a kingdom. And we're using godly principles to do that. And it has just been amazing to see what women are doing. This year, 2024, is the year of the woman. Okay. So if y'all know that, we want the world to know that this is our year. That glass ceiling that we've been, hitting our head over and over, that thing has busted. And we going wide, we going straight through it. And we're just thankful to God for what he's doing.
Love that. We have Tessa Marie joining us from Canada. She says, hello to everyone. Amazing conversation. Appreciate that. Tessa Marie, glad you can be able to join us. LaChelle, I want to come back to you because I to the point that Anita was making, I think this is such an important thing. What has it been like for you to be a part of what women in media are doing and to share that platform with others?
I think that's the whole thing, is that we need to tell the story of overcoming. We can't be empowered if we don't hear what other people have gone through, because it's a matter of having a different mindset, of having hope that something else is possible. So one of the things that I have really just been passionate about is showing people that it doesn't cost a lot to publicize your story and connect with people that can help you make an impact in the world. You can do it in an affordable way, and you can do it strategically so that it really can meet the people that need to hear.
Love that. So true. Ari, I know you have a book that's coming soon here to Amazon, so we're going to definitely let you tell us more about that. But I want to ask you about the point that we're talking about now, and that is, of course, the role of women in media, but being a part of that. What has that been like for you to see since you've been there in Texas, but also been around the ladies as well?
It's been such a life-changing experience. I know I'm not going to be the same when I go back to Milwaukee because of this experience, because I think that women in media, especially women of color in media, is something like we've been underrepresented in some areas sometimes. And so our stories sometimes haven't been heard. And so to have the ability to impact other women, other young girls, no matter their color or background, because you can find something in all of our stories, no matter what color you are, to just relate to of overcoming, and the importance of like staying in your lane. Like it's cool to just go in your lane. What are you called to do, and how you can help people with your story. The Bible says people are won over with a word and the power of your testimony. So you really have to sharing your story is how other people get better.
Love that. Tessa Marie says, sharing our experiences, encouraging others to stand on our shoulders and share also. That is so true. I want to go to Kate with a similar thing. I mean, you all have been, all jokes aside, it's been really inspiring for me to watch you all there. For one thing, how collaborative it is. I'm going to talk to Chanelle more about that. But also, I think, to be able to see you all getting the recognition you deserve. And that is something that we don't always see. A lot of times when opportunities are put out there, not everyone has an opportunity to be a part of that. You all are showing that it doesn't have to be that way, that you all can support each other and help each other shine. What has that been like for you, Kate, to be able to see not only, of course, what women are doing in media, but being able to share that experience?
Well, Cyrus, I'm going to be completely honest. At first, I was sitting here like, wow, I can do this too. So first of all, I empowered myself.
Good.
All right. So I inspired myself, and knowing that I can inspire others, I can show others that I shared my story. I found my voice, and now I have a platform, and we all have a platform to share our stories, to help other women share their stories, inspire them to come on, step out, and let your light shine like our lights are shining.
Right. Love that. Chanelle, what about for yourself? I mean, I think it's such an empowering thing. We're going to get more into your book, She Said Yes to Herself Unapologetically, and the Empower Her Guide. I have them both here. But what has it been like for you, Chanelle, to see the past couple of days, to not only see women coming together, but also the power of women in media?
Cyrus, again, the experience has just been truly phenomenal. I can't even really put it into words. I think it's just, God sets up and he ordains spaces and places for you to go in. Sometimes you don't even know what God is getting ready to do on the other end. And sometimes if God was to tip you in on everything that he was doing, you would get intimidated and just shrink away from the thing. And so God really hasn't allowed us to shrink in this space. The fact that we were able to come together on our commonality with our beliefs, the fact that we wanted to show up. And when you have people like LaChelle Adkins, America's Supermom, who is very supportive and very intentional about curating a space that not only helps people, thrive as individuals, but collective, opportunities and networking. It's just powerful. Zandra, again, just an amazing woman of faith who is very intentional about setting up a company that's embracing and that's going to be able to be representation of all people, but to see people who look like you doing the things that you want to do is just really something that's on a different level altogether. Last night was just phenomenal. We got to meet Kelly Flowers. Oh my goodness. Just a powerful woman, just a woman of faith, a woman of integrity, a woman who said, hey, you know what? I'm going to see what God has for me with this vision. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to write the vision, make it plain. I'm going to run. Is this my area? Is this my background? No, I'm just going to do it scared. I'm going to be obedient. And God just opened up the doors for her to be able to do all the various things that she did. Then Kate started talking with Jennifer. And then next thing you know, we're talking about, Black Women Bozz'd Up are going to Africa. It's crazy. It's crazy, Cyrus. I'm just telling you, it's crazy.
Yeah, love that. We're going to get more into that as well. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, welcome. Y'all are watching Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button on the Amazon side. You'll see these here in this corner or down below. You also see two of the books from one of our guests here, Chanelle Coleman Wesley. Her book, She Said Yes to Herself Unapologetically, there, but also the anthology that is here on Amazon as well. She Said Yes to Herself, Empower Her Guide, which features some of our guests we have here today. I want to go back to Ari for a second as we start this next round, because Ari mentioned something really interesting about impact. And this is what I want our audience to really get. And I think the ladies here get it, I want to talk about what it's like to acknowledge it, because a lot of times people will want you to put your light under a bushel. They don't want you to embrace the power that you are, and you feel like you have to dim yourself for other people. But Ari, I want to ask you and then go around and ask everyone else, what has it been like for you to realize that you are a person who can make an impact on the world?
It's been amazing, honestly, because I was very much that person. I thought I didn't really have anything that was going to be valuable to anyone. I didn't think I thought I needed to just kind of stay safe, play it small, just kind of be in the background. And one of the things that I've seen through the whole thing, thank you about my eyewear too. Yes, honey, thank you. But one of the things I've learned is just my voice matters. Somebody out there needed to hear my voice, just like I had people that I heard their stories and it made me feel like I could do it. The same way these ladies are encouraging me while we are all together. So it's one of those things. It's been such a powerful thing to be able to do that and for it to be acknowledged in the sense of where other people are looking at us like, wow, y'all are doing this. How can I get in on this? Like, we gonna do this too. And it's like, yes, let's reach back and grab whoever and let's all come up together.
Love that. Chanelle, I want to ask you the same thing. I mean, you're someone who has been able to say yes to herself. We're going to talk to the ladies about that for each one of them. But what has it been like for you, Chanelle, to not only to recognize your impact, but to let that impact be known?
You know what, Cyrus, I think it's just, it's very humbling. It's something that I take very seriously. I recognize that, iron sharpens iron, and being in the spaces with women who are like-minded, who have ideals and goals that are going to push you, not necessarily yes people, but people who are going to give you some friction to be able to help you to grow, to be able to expand your reach, is just like nothing else. And what I want to say is, it's nothing like seeing, lionesses hunt in in nature. They're some of the most deliberate creatures. You know what I mean? They're beautiful, they're majestic, but they're also powerful. Each one is able to play their position. Their eyes are all trained on the prey, and that's the prize. No one is trying to upsize anybody else. Everybody feels good in their space. Everybody knows their role, and they're going in for the kill. And I think when we collaborate on those type of levels, then we're just unstoppable.
Love that. Tessa says, when others forces their opinions on us, we must remember the glory of God never leads us. That is such a great point. Kate, same question for you, Kate. What has that been like for you to not only to realize your impact, but also to let that impact be known to the world?
Thank you for that question, Cyrus. Being able to realize my impact, it goes back to what I said earlier. I've always, in my testimony, is knowing that I have a voice now. And knowing that my story is impacting the world. All of these ladies have a story just like I do. And we put our stories together and we realize we have voices, and the voices are stronger together, creating Black Women Bossed Up. And knowing that we had made such an impact just last night, just not on our individual stories, but our stories together. And we became a powerhouse together. And all of us, LaChelle, Chanelle, Ari, Anita, Zandra, and everyone that was there last night, when they came up to us and they talked to us about what we got up and we spoke about. And they said to me, when they came over and they said, what y'all gonna do with Black Women Bossed Up? And I said, Black Women Bossed Up is getting ready to take over the world. We're gonna show everybody how to boss up like us, because all of us have a light shining, it's not dim. We're making an impact on everyone that we can make an impact on, and it feels wonderful.
Yeah, love that. Thank you for that, Kate. Same question to you, Anita. What has it been like for you to recognize your impact, but also to let that impact be known to the world?
Cyrus, it can be, I don't know if I'm using the right word right here, but overwhelming comes to mind.
Yeah.
It can be overwhelming in an awesome way, and in a way that, almost kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? Answering the call that God has given us, you never know what to expect. And if we limit ourselves to just what our natural mind can see or think, then we're limiting God. So when we see that we are impacted, I speak for myself. When I saw, when one of the ladies stepped to me last night, she said, I think she said something, you're amazing. And I was like, really? She said yes. And I was like, you know what? Let me embrace that. Let me no longer question that about myself, because I know now who I am in Christ and who he's created me to be. You know, one of the things the Holy Spirit showed me this morning, he said, you know, the Bible really is a manual about numbers. You know, and that's why we talk about collaboration, right? They talk about the three chord, right? The threefold chord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they start talking about one could put 1,000 to flight, 10 could put 10,000 to flight. All right. Okay, well, one or two or three are gathered in his name. He there also. So collaborating, I think, has made us collaborating together has made a bigger impact on being able to expand what we couldn't do individually. We are making a more dynamic impression and impact on our, different locations and in the places we are now, in the places that God is sending us, which is like she said, we about to go to Africa. Hi, hello. And beyond the borders, okay? So we're just embracing all of that, and we are just thankful for it.
Right, love that, LaChelle. I want to let people know I have your book in the carousel as well. Do you want to be whole? I have it highlighted for our audience here on the Amazon side. For those who are not joining us on Amazon, we also have the link for you guys to be able to come over and to get the books that we have highlighted. But LaChelle, I want to ask you a similar question. What has it been like for you to realize your impact, but also to share that impact with the world?
Well, I think, as a mother with 15 children, everybody has something that they can inspire others for. And for me, I think it's meeting people where they are. We are very passionate about doing just that, whether it's some place where we can connect with people off camera. We have the Elephant Strategy Club on Clubhouse, where people are able to get that started, where they're able to start talking about their story and not feeling intimidated about how they look or what people are going to think. And then we also have opportunities within our community. We have decided to create a community for our TV channel. And so we are helping women with master classes to help them to get their confidence raised, to change their mindset, to learn how to have strategy to empower them. And I think it's just the whole thing of understanding that everybody has a microphone, right? Everybody has a microphone. We need to give them the opportunity to share their story, because it's going to attract more people that resonate with that message. Because we can't change the past, whatever we've gone through, but we can definitely raise our voices so that we can prevent those who are suffering in silence.
Love that. I have another question for everyone, but I do want to get in this question from ESP Presents from Ellen Sutter. It's a really good question for everybody. And I'm going to start with you, LaChelle, since we have you front and center. She says, this is a tough question. Do you think that we as women feel that when it comes to taking care of ourselves, that it seems selfish? LaChelle, I'm going to let you kick that off.
Well, I think that's been a myth, okay, that I'm dispelling. I have 15 children, and I have to make sure that I put my oxygen mask on first in order for me to serve. And I think we have to have self-love. We think that we have to put ourselves down and let everybody be a doormat in order for us to give to others. And I've done that for years, and it just didn't end well. It landed me with 13 years of depression and 3 hospitalizations. So I feel like we have to model what we want other people to see. And you have to have love for yourself in order to show love to others.
Love that. Such a great question. I saw you giving an amen over there, Anita. So I'm going to go to you next. You next. So how do you address this? Because it is, look, it happens to everyone, but women do get this a lot, that when it comes to taking care of yourself, it's looked at as being selfish. How do you dispel that, as LaChelle was talking about, but also show the importance of it?
Well, I was pointing at LaChelle when she said that, because she took the words right out of my mouth. She knows use that analogy about the mask on the airplane. But look, another example of that is we can't serve from an empty cup, right? Yeah. When you think about your cup, you have to serve yourself from that full cup. That's for you. That's all for you, so that you can serve and help others from the overflow. That's where we're supposed to serve them from, is from what we have that flows over, that God has, the Holy Spirit has poured into us, and we've allowed him to do that. We can't do that tired. We can't do that frustrated, broke down, and disgusted, busted and disgusted, as they say, because nobody can get anything from that. But when you allow time for yourself, You love on yourself. You have some self-care practices that you do on a regular basis. Baby, you can give much more to your family, to your friends, to your church, to your community when you serve from a full cup and not a half-filled cup.
So true. Ari, I saw you snapping over there. Reminded me of my poetry days. I'm becoming you. Hey,
Yes, because I was
I
like,
thought back in the poetry spot there.
all of us, we are on the same vein. But I was gonna say too, like to Anita's point, and I think I saw it when they interviewed Fantasia, because I don't want to take credit, but she was saying, Fantasia was actually saying, like, what's in the cup was for her. What came out of the cup was for everybody else. And a lot of times we just don't know that. Or we haven't been taught that. And then the other thing is as a mom and a wife, a lot of times you feel like you have to make all the sacrifices. You got to fall on the sword for everybody. You just got to do all these things because that's what makes you a great mom, because you're not selfish. But with that piece of it, you also will teach your kids, one, to not respect you, your time. You'll also teach them not to take care of themselves. So in the sense of, we teach other people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves, but you're also teaching your kids, young girls, women, other people that you have influence over. You're teaching them to not make themselves a priority when you don't. So you really have to think about all the intentional and unintentional messages you're sending when you fall on the sword for everybody.
Such a great point. Such a great point. Kate, I'm going to go to you next with this same point. How important has it been for you, Kate, to realize that self-care really is the best care?
Cyrus, it has been extremely important because I wasn't always the one that gave myself or had self-care. I would run until I was on empty, until I realized that if I'm still down here, then I cannot pour out and I can't minister to people if I'm still down there and I'm not taking care of myself. So I have to take care of myself to be able to have an impact on others and let them know it is okay for you to take care of yourself. It is okay for you to put you first. Sometimes I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I love my family, but I know I have a calling on my life and it's something I'm supposed to do. But it first starts with taking care of me to be able to do what I'm called to do.
Yeah, love that. Chanelle, what about for yourself? I know you literally have written the book on this. Literally, I have written the book on this, and our audience can get to their hero. That was, but what has it been like for you to share that message, Chanelle? That self-care is necessary.
Cyrus, I love this question. I really do. And I really resonated with everything that the women said. I think number one, I think as women and as Christians, I feel as if we take a connotation that self-care is selfish, that we just instinctively believe that. But I want to say that that's not biblical. Number one, the word of God says to love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So it starts first with you. God's command is for us to love ourselves, because how are you going to properly love on someone if you haven't first demonstrated a form of love to yourself? And I think sometimes we're so used to ministering in spaces where we're broken and we're hurting. And, we're trying to do all these things for other people. And I think that's why we intend to burn our candles at both ends. And so, God wouldn't have us operate in a state of deficiency where we are lacking. God is not a God of lack. He's a God of abundance. So God loves us. We are the apple of his eye. Why wouldn't we love his creation? He says that we are both fearfully and wonderfully made. So we should treat ourselves with a level of respect. We should love ourselves. We should want to pour into ourselves. Does that mean that we take away our self-giving and giving to others and nurturing abilities? Absolutely not. But it also means that we do put on that oxygen mask first to be able to save ourselves. Because how can you save someone else if you don't have what you need to be healthy, happy, and whole?
Such a great point. It's such a great conversation with all of you. Again, congratulations to you on all your individual success, but also coming together as Black Women Bossed Up and sharing with us, not only, of course, from Texas, but also from where you are around the country. Chanelle, appreciate you bringing the group of ladies here to Cyrus Webb Presents. Chanelle, let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you?
Cyrus, for me, they can all connect with us at Black Women Bossed Up at gmail.com. We're really talking about making this a legitimate brand and really trying just to be able to stay connected. Again, I thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm excited for the opportunity that the ladies have together.
Love that. Kate, what about yourself? How can our audience stay connected with you?
For the same with Black Women Bossed Up is blackwomenbossedup@gmail.com, or if you Kate Thurman on Facebook, or Graceful Gatherings 811@gmail.com.
Okay. And I want to remind people, Kate's also a part of the anthology. We have it highlighted for you guys on the carousel. She said yes to herself unapologetically, Empower Her Guide as well. Appreciate you all being with us. For you, Anita, how can our audience stay connected with you?
Well, I'm staying on that same wagon. All right. We are doing this thing, and you can get that email again. I do not want to mess it up, but I do believe it is blackwomenbossedup@gmail.com. If you want to learn more about me, go to my website at AnitaNTheBizCoach.com. Thank you so much, Simon.
Sure. And Anita's also a part of the anthology, everyone, so you can be able to read more of her truth there as well. Ari, I know you have a book you're going to tell us about, but how can our audience be able to stay connected with you?
So same email, Anita, Kate, and Chanelle just shared, blackwomenbossedup@gmail.com. But if you want to connect with me, I am on LinkedIn and Facebook, same handle, Ari Wells. You should be able to find me. Feel free to connect with me that way. I have a book that I'll be re-releasing and a journal that'll be accompanying it, hopefully to be on Amazon soon, called Girl, You're Free, Shake Those Chains Off. And then it's an accompanying 30-day transformational journal also.
Love that. Thank you so much for that, Ari. I'll make sure that we get you tagged over there on LinkedIn, because we are broadcasting over there on LinkedIn. And also, I want to go to LaChelle next. LaChelle, please tell them a little bit about, if you don't mind, your book, Do You Want to Be Whole? We have it highlighted for you in the carousel, but also let them know how to stay connected with you too, okay?
Well, again, Cyrus, thank you so much for having us. This has been amazing. My book is all about empowering women to start where you are. It is a guided journal. I tell a little bit about my story, and I give them the opportunity to share. Not only that, it also has a soundtrack with two of my children that really help to just inspire me by allowing me to be connected with them in the things that they're doing. You know, they allow me to be that mom that is like, hey, their biggest cheerleader, and trying to set them up with gigs and things like that. So as I grow, I always want to make space for them. And we're getting ready to record here. They don't want to be. We are getting ready to record.
It's the dive off the camera for me.
Are my people. But, you know, you can Google me, because I'm all about creating a digital media footprint. And so you can Google me to find out anywhere where to find me, but also you can email me as well. These ladies are phenomenal. The things that they are doing. I just want to say, too, that when you collaborate with people, you have more time for yourself. I'm able to be where I'm at, they're where they're at, but we can come together with an assignment and we can move mountains. We talk all the time about the faith of a mustard seed. You don't have to know how. Just get busy. Wrap arms with somebody who is willing to go with you and just do the thing.
Love that. Such a great thing. It's such a great conversation with all of you. Really appreciate you all being with us. Congratulations on the tour. Chanelle, I'm going to message you here in a bit, because I had an idea while you were talking. I want you guys to come back every month and to be able to give us updates on what's happening with Black Women Bossed Up. Come here to Amazon Live, share with us, talk to us more about what's going on. Ari, I'm going to put the pressure on you to come back, talk about your book as well. So looking forward to that, but definitely looking forward to our next conversation together, ladies.
Cyrus, thank you so much. And let me tell you what the email address is BLACKWOMENBOZZDUP@gmail.com.
Awesome. Okay. Well, and we thank your audience for tuning in, both on the Amazon side, but also where we're simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Appreciate you guys being with us for this episode of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you all soon. Take care.